Namaste everyone, welcome back to Pramati Ayurveda. Myself Dr. Vishwanath Chetty. We were studying Charaka Samhita Sutrasthana, chapter number 4, Shadvirachana Shatashatiya Adhyaya. We were studying Panchashan Mahakashaya and we have discussed the first two Mahakashayas, Jivaniya and Brahmaniya. So I am skipping to the end of the shloka. Shloka number 19. Moving to the shloka number 19. I am quitting here. I am skipping to the shloka number 19 here. I quote, Iti Panchakashaya Shatani Abhisamasya Panchashan Mahakashaya Mahatam Va Kashayanam Lakshana Udaharanartham Vyakhyata Bhavanti. Here the shloka is explaining what is the practical use. So why you are supposed to study this Panchashan Mahakashaya. They have explained here the two words. The two words are Lakshana Udaharanartham. Lakshanartham and Udaharanartham. Here in the Tika, there is a Tika explaining the what is the understanding of Lakshana and what is the understanding of Udaharana. So we will go to the Tika. Yadi va Lakshanartham Udaharanartham chaiti tatra mandabuddhinam Lakshanartham Panchakashaya Shata Panchashan Mahakashaya ज्ञानार्थम इत्यर्थः बुद्धिमतां तु उदाहरणार्थं दृष्टान्तार्थं. Here they have made a understanding about the two types of intellect or the two types of buddhi, two types of the ability of the student to understand. They are explaining manda buddhi and buddhimata. Manda buddhi is having the less intelligence. So for them that is been explained as the lakshanartham. So that means the lakshana, that means here they are explaining brahmaniya. That means here the lakshana is brahmana. And if the name of the gana is prajasthapanani, then the lakshana will be prajasthapana. So this is explained for the manda buddhi and for the buddhimatham, for the people or the students having the higher intellect, that can be used as an example. That means here the prajasthapana, I am explaining the prajasthapana gana here. Endri Brahmi Shatavari Sahasravirya Amogha Avyatha Shiva Arishta Vatapushpi Visvaksenakanta iti Dashemani Prajasthapanani Bhavanti. So the prajasthapanani dravyas are mentioned here. For the lakshana we will understand it as a prajasthapana. The action will be prajasthapana. And the Udaharana is, here they are explaining that these are the some of the dravyas. These are the 10 some of the dravyas which are useful for prajasthapana. There can be other dravyas also. The dravyas which are having the similar rasa panchaka, similar rasa, similar virya, similar vipaka and similar guna prabhava. So the similarity, the dravyas which are having the similar rasa panchaka are also going to act as a prajasthapana. So this is explaining here the understanding about lakshana and udaharana. So the intelligent persons, it is explaining the udaharana. Just this is an example because the detailed understanding of this is been explained throughout the chikitsasthana. In a chikitsasthana prajasthapana, the dravyas which are capable of acting as a prajasthapana are explained throughout the or in a different contexts. For example, Shukra Dushti, Shukra Dushti Chikitsa. Some of the dravyas of prajasthapana are explained like this in Vajikarana Chikitsa, in a Rasayana Chikitsa, like this in a different contexts or different chapters. The prajasthapana dravyas are again used. Like this, the Shonita Sthapana, Vedana Sthapana, Sandhya Sthapana, Vaya Sthapana, like this the different dravyas are explained in many other contexts. I will give another example. Vayasthapana gana Amruta Abhaya Dhatri Mukta Shweta Jivanti Atirasa Mundukaparni Sthira Punarnava iti Dashemani Vayasthapanani Bhavanti. This is explaining the dravyas which are doing the action of Vayasthapana. The dravya here explaining the Amruta Abhaya Dhatri. So here Amruta is Guduchi, Abhaya is Haritaki and Dhatri is Amalaki. Amalaki and Haritaki are explained as Vayasthapana. That doesn't mean that they are only Vayasthapana. Abhaya and Dhatri are Amalaki. They are also explained in other diseases. The action of Abhaya and Dhatri is not just Vyasthapana. Abhaya and Dhatri can also be used in different many diseases. So this is understanding explained here as Lakshanartham and Udaharanartham. Moving to the next shloka, shloka number 20. I quote shloka number 20. Nahi vistarasya pramanamasti. There is no limit for understanding a detailed explanation. Nahi vistarasya pramanamasti. So we can't make a definitive understanding of this. You can apply this according to your knowledge, according to your logical understanding, or according to your reasoning. So that is explaining there is no specific boundary in making the elaborative presentation of this understanding of Mahakashayas. That is explaining nahi vistarasya pramanamasti. There is so much of there. We can talk of the Panchashan Mahakashayas throughout the life. Because of that, what they are explaining, na cha api ati sankshepo alpa buddhinam samarthyayo upakalpate tasmat anati sankszepena anati vistarena cha upadishtaha. So for that we have explained the understanding of this neither in a too elaborative way and neither too concise way. So this is explained as for the alpa buddhinam etavante hi alam alpa buddhinam vyavaharaya. For the persons who are having the less intellect, this is useful for practicing the medicine. Alpa buddhinam vyavaharaya. So what is vyavahara? Vyavahara here it is practice. Vyavahara iti chikitsa vyavaharaya. For the therapeutic purposes. For the therapeutic purposes, the understanding is sufficient. This understanding about the Mahakashayas is sufficient for the alpa buddhi. That is explaining alpa buddhinam vyavaharaya. So for the intelligent persons, that is explaining buddhimatham cha swalakshanya anumana yukti kushala naman anukta jnana ayeti. So for the persons of intelligence or the intelligent persons, they can make the understanding based upon this according to their swalakshana, anumana, yukti and kushala, so that they can understand the anukta artha jnana. There is a good artha or the intricate understanding, the internal understanding of the each of the dravyas. The buddhimata or the intelligent persons are going to understand that anukta jnana, anukta artha and anukta jnana. The understanding which is not explained here are understood by the persons who are having the higher intellect by applying their anumana and yukti. So this is explaining for the two types of mati, that is alpa buddhi and buddhimata. So here I would like to insist you to by heart the shlokas of this Panchashan Mahakashaya. These are very important and giving the foundational understanding for learning, or these are the foundational understanding for therapeutics or making the treatments. Okay, as a first professional, you are supposed to by heart the shlokas which are mentioned in Jivaniyadi, the Gana, Jivaniyadi Gana, the 6 Ganas which are mentioned in Jivaniyadi Gana. I quote them: Jivaniya Gana, Brahmaniya Gana, Lekhaniya Gana, Bhedaniya Gana, Sandhaniya Gana and Deepaniya Gana. You have to by heart all these 6 Ganas. Okay, and along with that you have to by heart other 4 Ganas, that is Sthanya Jananadi Gana. Okay, the 4 other Ganas which are mentioned under Sthanya Jananadi, they are Sthanya Janana Gana, Sthanya Shodhana Gana, Shukra Janana Gana and Shukra Shodhana Gana. So these are the 10 Ganas you are supposed to by heart. You are supposed to by heart 10 Ganas. These are the 10 Ganas you must by heart. I have discussed here in brief about the Panchashan Mahakashaya or the Dashaimani Kashayas. I am not explained it in a elaborative way. I have explained in a brief way. Hence we have completed this 4th chapter. The name of the chapter Shadvirechana Shata Ashritiya Adhyaya. Moving to the shloka 23. I quote shloka number 23. Tatra shlokaha. So this is giving the gist or the summary of the chapter. What are explained in this chapter? The subjects which is explained in this chapter is explained here. Yato yavanti 8 dravyer virechana shatani shat. So shat virechana shatani uktani sangrahena iha तथा एव एषां षडाश्रया विरेचनानि are explained as 600. Shad Shatani 600. They are including the Vamana Dravyas and Virechana Dravyas. That is explained as Virechana Shatani. And Shad Ashraya, 6 Ashraya are the 6 sources. Okay, and Rasa Lavana Varjascha Kashaya iti Sandhinta. And the Kashaya, Pancha Kashaya, okay, that is explaining Panchavidha Kashaya Kalpana and Panchavidha Kashaya. Panchavidha Kashaya Kalpanas are explained as Swarasa, Kalka, Shruta, Shita, Fanta. Panchavidha Kashaya Kalpana, and also the Tasmat Panchavidha Yonihi Kashayanam Udaharuta. Panchavidha Yoni. Yoni is sources, 5 sources, and Panchavidha Kashaya, except the Lavana Kashaya or the Lavana Rasa, Panchavidha Kashaya, and the Tatha Kalpanam api yesham uktam Panchavidham punaha. Panchavidha Kashaya Kalpana, therapeutic preparations or the pharmaceutical therapeutic preparations. Panchavidha Kashaya Kalpana explained as Swarasa, Kalka, Shruta, Shita, Fanta. Mahatam cha Kashayanam Panchashan Parikirtita. Mahakashaya, Mahata Kashayanam, that is Mahakashayas, explained as Panchashan. They are explained as 500. Panchachapi Kashayanam Shatani Uktani Bhagashah Lakshanartham. Pramanam hi vistarastasya na vidyate. So we can't measure the exact clinical understanding or exact therapeutic application of this Panchavidha Kashaya Kalpana. Na cha alam ati sankshepaha samarthya upakalpate. Based upon their yukti or their capacity, samarthya, they can be used in the clinical practice. They can be used in different patients. Alpa buddherayam tasman nati sankshepa vistaraha. For the people of having the lower intellect, lower intelligence, they are explained in a simple way. Mandanam vyavaharaya budhanam buddhi ruddhaye. Mandanam vyavaharaya, that means the alpa buddhi will use them for the clinical purpose, for the clinical understanding in the therapeutics, and budhanam buddhi ruddhaye. I quote the next shloka, shloka number 29. Here the shloka is explaining how can you practically use these Mahakashayas. What is the method or how you can actually use these Mahakashayas in a practice, in your clinical practice. That is explaining in a shloka number 29. I quote shloka number 29. Tesham karmasu baheshu yogam abhyantareshu cha sanyogam cha prayogam cha yo vedasa bhishagvaraha. So how you can use them in a bahya or the external applications. You can use them as a creams. You can prepare the creams using the Kanduhara Mahakashaya or like other Mahakashayas, Vedana Sthapana Mahakashaya and Shonita Sthapana Mahakashaya. If there is a bleeding happening there, then you can make the paste of the dravyas which are used in a Shonita Sthapana Kashaya. Okay, and then you can apply on the local place so that you can arrest the bleeding. So this is explaining the Baheshu. The application is external application. Baheshu yogam abhyantareshu cha. Even you can also give them for internal administration. You can prepare the kashaya of the Shonita Sthapana Gana or the tablets of the Shonita Sthapana Gana or the Ghrita or the Taila of the Shonita Sthapana Gana. So you can use however you want. You can use these medicines however you want. So that is been explained here as Budhanam Buddhi Ruddhaye. For the wise people, it is expanding their intelligence and it is expanding their clinical practice. Moving to the next shloka. Iti agnivesha krute tantre charaka prati samskrute shloka sthane षड्विरेचन shatashritiyo nama chaturtho adhyayaha. Thus here we have completed the 4th chapter. The name of the chapter is Shadvirechana Shata Ashritiya Adhyaya, and it is explained in the Shloka Sthana or the Sutra Sthana of the Charaka Samhita, which is the actual work of the Agnivesha Acharya, and it is redacted or the Pratisamskarana is being done by the Acharya Charaka. Iti Bheshaja Chatushkaha. So we have also completed the first Chatushka, first collection of 4 chapters. The name of the first Chatushka is Bheshaja Chatushka. The 4 chapters which are explained in the Bheshaja Chatushka are: first chapter is Dirghanjivitiya Adhyaya, second chapter Apamarga Tanduliya Adhyaya, third chapter Aragvadhiya Adhyaya, and fourth chapter Shadvirechana Shata Ashritiya Adhyaya. I repeat, the first Chatushka is Bheshja Chatushka, and it is explaining the 4 chapters. The name of the 4 chapters is, first chapter is Dirghanjivitiya Adhyaya, Apamarga Tanduliya Adhyaya, Araghvadiya Adhyaya, and Shadvirechana Shitashruti Adhyaya. Apamarga Tanduliya Adhyaya is explaining about the internal medicines, and Araghvadiya Adhyaya is explaining about the external medicines or external applications, whereas the Shadvirechana Shataashruti Adhyaya is explaining about the both internal medicines as well as external application medicines, Abhyantara Chikitsa and Bahya Chikitsa. Apamarga Tanduliya Adhyaya is exclusively giving the understanding about the Abhyantara Chikitsa, and Araghvadiya Adhyaya is giving the understanding about the Bahya Chikitsa. And the next chapter, Shadvirechana Shatashruti Adhyaya, is giving the understanding about the both Abhyantara Chikitsa and Bahya Chikitsa by explaining the Panchashan Mahakashaya or the Dashemane Ganas. So we will conclude the session here. I conclude Uttishtata Jagrata Prapya Varani Bhodata. Arise, awake, and approach the great, learn. Thank you for patient listening. Shubham.